Hello and welcome to Chapter 3 of my Advanced Digital Marketing course, Strategy and Execution. Hi, I'm Imad Shukair. In case you haven't seen the first two chapters of this course, which are already there on YouTube, I highly recommend you go there and watch them, because this course follows some sequence which is important for you to follow in the right logical order. So go there and watch chapters 1 and 2. And this is today we are recording chapter 3, which is very interesting about the 4 stages of the customer life cycle. Before we begin chapter 3, as we do in every chapter, we cover a little bit of the technology setup I have in my simple but advanced recording studio. Let's begin. All right, so this is my setup here. This is the Sony camera to the right. Okay, recording from this side. Today what I will talk about in my technology briefing is about the software I use in recording the course, which is called OBS Studio. What is OBS Studio? It's a free software that you can download and use to stream online and produce recordings for courses like this or different purposes. I will show you a little bit of my setup in OBS Studio, and let me shift to OBS Studio screen and move OBS Studio to here. All right, so why this is showing here, this mirror effect, because I am recording the same screen or showing you the same screen I am recording, so it creates this recursive or mirror effect. So here what we call the scene that is active and being recorded or streamed in case you are streaming. And in this section of OBS Studio, we see the scenes. The scenes are like, you create different scenes and you switch between them. One scene can be camera 1 and one scene can be camera 2, presentation plus, the camera, etc. You can put any combination of different sources. I have, as you can see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different scenes. So let me switch through them very quickly to show you. So I can switch with the mouse. Hello, so this is the Canva full screen, which is the slides. And this is the main camera. Hi, how are you? Okay. And this is the main screen or the presentation plus a small camera for me. And this is the Sony camera here. Oh, hi, how are you? And then last is the OBS scene, which I just added now to show you a demonstration of OBS. So next time, if I want to show you a demonstration of a browser, etc., we can add additional scenes. Now, when you add a scene, the scene does not have any source, so you can come and add what we call sources. So as you can see here on OBS screen, I have a mic source. All right, so this means on any screen you have to have, if you want to record audio, you can have a certain audio source. And that audio source can be the computer audio, a mic audio, an external, if you want to play videos, etc. So you can have a different audio source to record. And for my case here, the mic, which is the Shure mic I have here, is being added to all the scenes. If you forget to add it, one time it happened, then when you shift to that screen, you keep talking, but no audio is being recorded. Okay, now, and this is the display capture of the OBS Studio. Now, what can we add as different sources? So we can add, as you can see here, a certain input source. So any device that you plug to your computer that can be used as an audio source, you can add it here. All right, so an audio output capture. So this is when you play audio from your computer, you can still capture it, which is the output device. You can capture it through OBS Studio. You can capture the browser of a browser. You can capture a certain audio source. You can capture display, game capture, image, okay, image, slideshow, media source, another scene. You can add text. And this is what I'm using mainly, which is the video capture device. Because I have 2 cameras, you can add unlimited number of cameras, okay? But you need to be able to capture those video sources And the best way to capture them is to buy those, as we mentioned in the chapter 1 perhaps. You buy something called the video capture device, which is a certain USB stick. You can plug it into your computer and it can take HDMI source from your camera. Or you can capture a certain window on your computer. So you see, very comprehensive, and each one of those it has some many settings. Also, you can define filters. You can have properties for every source that you develop. So very quite advanced in terms of flexibility of what you can do. If I show you quickly here what kind of settings you can do, here where we can. If you stream online, you can stream live to any of those sources like YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, etc. And here where the output, in case you want to stream, you can define your stream quality. And if I'm recording now, here where you can do some basic setup about the file type that you want to record into, and where the folder that you want to set, here where you define also the audio quality, like I'm recording 48 kilohertz, which is superior quality. There are two options, 44.1 and 48. 48 is slightly better because I have a good mic. In terms of video, I'm recording now full HD. First video I did 4K, but I noticed for this type of courses or training, there are not a lot of fast moving elements. So I'm recording full HD, but still a lot, which is 60 frames per second. So if you record in 60 frames per second, you still have the opportunity to slow down your video because you have a lot of frames. Okay. A lot of people perhaps who use professional cameras and they have something called here the frames per second. It's highly advisable to put your camera on a shutter speed, which is double the frame rate. This is slightly technical for those who might find it hard to know what kind of shutter speed do we put our camera. So if you are recording 30 frames per second, put your camera on 60 frames per second. By this, you go faster shutter speed on your camera. Like if you put it 400, will not give you better quality because you are anyway you're not capturing that many frames per second. Yeah, but if you're recording 120 frames per second, then you have to make your camera 240 frames per second to get the best quality. That was a little bit of technical. Now let's move into the chapter and the slides and begin chapter 3. I will move away OBS Studio. Okay. Hello. Okay. And now let's begin the course. So as I mentioned, chapter 3 is about the 4 stages of the customer life cycle. The agenda for today, I will give you a quick review of what I covered in the last chapter, just to refresh your memory. After that, I will speak about what is a marketing methodology or a framework, okay, and why we need one. Following that, I'll give you some examples as well. After that, I will move and speak about each of the 4 stages of the customer life cycle in a good level of details, which are, we should maybe keep repeating them between now and till the end of the course, and after that, even during the implementation. What are the 4 stages of a customer life cycle? Brand awareness, customer engagement, customer convergence, customer retention. Before you maybe ask yourself or throw a question, those 4 stages of a customer life cycle, do they apply in all cases of businesses? The answer is definitely yes. So whatever you sell, even if you are non-for-profit, if you are a charity, still those 4 stages apply to you. And this is what we are going to see. So stick around and learn those 4 stages, disregards of what you do. Okay. Great. So what did we do in chapter 2? Chapter 2 was very comprehensive, and we covered a kind of introduction about digital marketing in general. And it was a quite good session, 1 hour plus, about that topic. So we spoke about the significance of digital marketing, how it evolved. In chapter 2, we covered the keywords. We read them in good level of details. We said those keywords, when you finish this course, plenty of keywords. You should know all them very well. Not only know them, you should know how to define each one of them, and you should know how to use each one of them. If you haven't watched chapter 2, go there and watch it, because the keywords are very, very interesting and very important. We gave a formal definition of what digital marketing is, and then we talked about the marketing alignment, because we said so important is avoid what common mistakes happen in companies where they sit down and they just plan for some marketing activities and they just do those marketing activities and they spend the marketing budget. So it's not important whether you finish the year spending the marketing budget and spending and then doing tons of activities. So important to align those activities with the business strategy and help your organization achieve its business objectives. In chapter 2 also, we covered a little bit, one slide about the future of digital marketing. And we said what is really certain about the future when it comes to digital marketing is the uncertainty, because even the emperors today we see in terms of where prospects do exist in platforms such as Facebook, etc. Those platforms, we don't know about their future and how much they will stay the way they are in terms of attracting the number of users they have every day. This is quickly to show the complete course agenda. As I mentioned, this course is 2 parts. Part 1, which is we are still now doing chapter 3, is the fundamentals of strategic marketing. All right, and we are now doing chapter 3. So there's still chapter 4 where I will speak about the 3 stages of the customer life cycle. And then here, chapter 5 is very interesting, where I will speak about marketing and sales planning and management. So we'll give you great definitions of what a buyer's persona, what is a prospect, a contact, lead, opportunity, customer. You might say, oh, I know exactly what a lead is, but here you will learn how to differentiate between a lead and an opportunity. Stay tuned till chapter 5. And chapter 6, I will give you a clear illustration on how to plan and document your marketing strategy. This is really going to be the heart maybe of the course, is this chapter, which you will have a very good understanding about how to really plan your marketing strategy and align it with the business strategy. Part 2 will be about how to build your digital marketing machine. So part 1 is about the planning, the marketing planning, and part 2 is about how to execute marketing. Great. And chapter 7 of part 2 will cover the digital marketing tools, which is, I'm gonna read them today. Chapter 8 will be about the marketing tools for brand awareness. And then chapter 9 will be about the marketing tools for customer engagement. Chapter 10 for the customer conversions. Chapter 11, marketing tools for the customer retention. Then chapter 12 is just a summary and a review of the course. I want to spend some time to convince you that your marketing efforts or sales efforts within your company won't be effective and efficient unless you follow a marketing methodology. Now, it's not rocket science. If you today follow a lot of organizations who are into marketing automation, like the top leaders from Adobe, IBM, Oracle, etc., you find all those companies are following similar methodology to this one. Why? Because this is a kind of a common knowledge now, which is a customer to convert or to move from being a stranger, someone who is not aware about your brand or etc., moves into 4 stages. This marketing methodology is based on many theories that started from 1960 even, which is the days before that we had digital marketing, because even the same methodology could be applied without using technology. Great. So what is a marketing methodology? A marketing methodology is a blueprint for developing your marketing strategy. Here, let's differentiate the difference between a methodology and a framework. So a framework is normally a high-level abstract, which is one element not detailed enough. So if I show you that these are the 4 stages of the customer life cycle, we can refer to those as a framework for marketing. But once the framework is designed or it includes detailed implementation guidelines and the processes and the models, we refer to the entire thing as a methodology. What does it mean? That means this entire course can be referred to as the methodology for marketing automation. This is why actually, what is a marketing automation? A marketing automation, okay, it is the automation of the 4 stages of the customer life cycle. As I started this course by saying, disregards of your business, you are government, you are non-for-profit, you are a charity, you are for-profit, you are business to consumers, you are business to business, whatever your business model is or your target customers, this way of looking at your stages of acquiring customers follows the same 4 stages or has the same 4 stages. Even if you don't have customers, you have members, you have followers, it is the same thing. Brand awareness is making sure your potential customers, which we refer to them as prospects, they know about you. Now, of course, if they know you are good, this means you have done a good job in your brand awareness. But if they have a bad perception about your brand, maybe due to a past engagement or being a past customer, that's still better than if they haven't heard of you at all. There is an expression used by marketing professionals, which they say, worse than being talked about is not being talked about. Which means that if you visit a certain company and they say, oh, we have dealt with you, we're not happy, still it could be a better opportunity for you than if your brand is completely unknown to such a prospect. Some large organizations, because of their history and bandwidths investing on marketing, they may have very good brand, or their brand is very much valuable or spread worldwide. Take an example, those companies like Coca-Cola, Louis Vuitton, etc. Now, the point is those companies already, they have a very strong brand. But sometimes if you have a very strong brand, this means you should not focus, or maybe you should try to exercise or benefit from such famous brand that you already have in the market. To give you an example before I move into the customer engagement is, Rolls-Royce discovered that, this is a story I read, they discovered that, everyone knows about Rolls-Royce, but the problem is those rich people are not buying Rolls-Royce. So they said, the problem is not brand awareness. We want to engage with those prospects. So the way they planned for an engagement is they said, oh, let's borrow a yacht and invite those top-notch people, rich people, on the yacht free of charge. Okay, it's a VIP invitation. And then they might be interested to get into the yacht because they know other rich people like them are already there, so they get the opportunity to socialize with each other. So they take like 50 rich guys, they put them on a yacht, and they sail in the sea. And in the middle of yacht, there is a Rolls-Royce. Those people, they spend an hour and a half with the Rolls-Royce, with a nice experience. And here where this stage is called the engagement stage. They come back with some orders, which means what they convert. So as you noticed, I think the most difficult stage in the 4 stages of the customer life cycle is the branding stage. Here where companies, especially new players in the market, they may spend a lot of money to spread their brand around. After spending their brand, they go to stage 2, which is the customer engagement. Every type of business may have different techniques engaging with the clients. If you are a gym, what can be an engagement? Free trial, 2-day free trial. If you are a car, if you sell automotive, if you are into automotive and you sell cars, what can be a very good strategy to engage with the clients? Test drive, etc. So you notice every business has a special or a specific way to engage with the clients, right? After the customer engagement, we come the conversion. So the conversion is the time where you sell the clients. Sometimes you do great engagement, but you need brilliant salespeople to convert. Now, it depends on your business, as we covered in chapters 1 and 2. If you are into B2B, then you may need very talented salespeople to close the deal for yourself because there are contracts, etc. But if you are into B2C, business to consumers, the conversion can be completely automated and it may happen online through your e-commerce platform. Okay, so here, disregards of how, you notice here, whether you are B2B or B2C, maybe the sales process will be different, but still the same 4 stages still apply. After you've sold the customer, stage 4 is about keeping the relationship open with those customers so that you can maximize the relationship with your clients and you retain them. Okay, for those who are still unclear about what a marketing methodology is, I will give you some example here to bring a little bit of an extra dimension to this course. If you are sitting down designing a car, so you notice this car, the design methodology is based on the combustion engine model. So any car of that time, which is a combustion engine car, had what? A boiler plus some engine here that can take pressure. It moves some pistons and then the wheels will go and then the car moves. All right. So this is combustion engine car here. Of course, we know most of the cars today follow this framework, which is based on combustion engine. There is a car, there is a transmission, there is a differential, and of course, you burn fuel and you create torque and then the car moves. And the electrical car, it's a different framework. So this is why when you are designing a car, you follow a certain framework. And same thing is if you want to design a marketing, if you want to design anything. So here, where I wanted to show you in this course is that get into the idea of creating frameworks. Because even if you are asked a question, I want to buy a television, you might say, just go away there and buy the television. And some people might say, no. First, I do analysis, then I look at the models, then I look about what I require. So they follow a certain procedure or framework, okay, that can help them buy the good television. Great. So I think with the previous slide, we covered a little bit about what the brand awareness is, what customer engagement, what customer conversion, what customer retention. Now we're going to come and see how can we automate that? What specific tools do we use? And this is what I will cover in this part of this chapter. So as you can see, brand awareness comes before engagement. What is the biggest mistake marketers do? They try to engage with prospects or with the clients that did not complete the brand awareness. Or even worse, they try to convert as to a certain prospect without this person know about you. Digital marketing tools we use in brand awareness. Website. Can your website be for brand awareness? Definitely yes. Specifically when people find you through organic search, through search engine optimization, and they come to your website. Can a mobile app work for brand awareness? Yes. You may have a mobile app that displays about who you are and your products and services. And it's an engagement platform as well. So what's so beautiful about a mobile app is a mobile app can act or can serve your entire 4 stages of the customer lifecycle. Social media, paid advertisements, even loyal customers can talk about your brand and promote it. This is why these are the basic tools that can be used for brand awareness in addition to some other tools. Engagement techniques, what are the tools? Free trials. Content marketing. Now, content marketing, of course, can be here also, okay, which is, as I mentioned, I didn't read it, content. So good content is required to engage with the clients, and also a mobile app, specific events. So you may invite your 100 people to a certain event, and then you present to them, and at the end of the event, you establish a mechanism to engage with them. Paid ads. Also, your website should have an engagement mechanism where you do on your website forms, call to actions, and landing pages. We're going to see this when we have a dedicated chapter about website design, which is in part 2. Convergence, how do we convert? Special offers, retargeting advertisements. When someone comes to your website, they see the product, they don't buy, they go, and then you retarget them with ads. Direct sales. So in case your business is B2B, you depend mainly on direct sales to convert those opportunities and leads. Marketing automation and drip marketing, very interesting. So what is marketing automation? This the entire thing, which is you can implement something called lead scores. We talked about it in chapter 2. So this is the entire automation to make your marketing machine, convert customers automatically. Yeah, I'm gonna cover this quickly in the next slide. Good products, what retain customers? One time I asked a lady, if I was recruiting in my company, I asked her, tell me about something that can help a company succeed. And she told me one thing, good product. So keep it in mind, disregard of what you do. If you have very good products, you are on the roadmap to success. So good products, as we mentioned. Then loyalty strategy, very important because it depends on your business here. It's slightly complex here on how to do this entire thing. I mean, it might look simple, but at the same time, if you want to be very innovative, it's slightly tricky. So I mentioned this example, loyalty strategy, like Amazon. What is the loyalty strategy for Amazon? It is the Amazon Prime. So this is why don't think about loyalty strategy always to be give points to customers or give them discount. Because sometimes if you have a set of very loyal customers who appreciate your brand and you give them discount, maybe those people were able to pay maybe a higher price. Today, the innovation in the pricing strategy organizations follow is like this. There's something called value proposition. So you buy something and then for $10, and then you may, because you like it a lot, you may assume that this is underpriced. If they increase the price to $20, $30, you will still buy it. But because such companies maybe are not very clever, they tell me, oh, you are buying it for $10, and because you are a good customer for us, we're going to give you points of an additional 10% off, and then it becomes $9, assuming that is going to keep me as a good customer for them. They don't know that I'm willing to pay $30. So this is why today a lot of companies, they create this, what we call it, different price levels, where if you like the product a lot, you can go and buy the one which has a slightly better features, but double the price. And these products are designed to be for those who are a good match with the specific value proposition that those products deliver. So always think about your pricing strategy, which we will cover a little bit in the chapter 6 about when we create our marketing strategy, right? So very, very important it's not about pricing where you drop your prices, you can establish loyalty. No, it is just the strategy and knowing what your clients really require. Okay, sometimes they require attention, sometimes they require VIP treatment, and not all clients are the same. This is why if you understand well your clients, your customers, you will know how to create a very good retention strategy for them. Okay, so now let's come and define exactly what a brand awareness. So brand awareness is to inform your prospects about your company's product and services. Okay, and these are the tools. All right. And whom do you target for brand awareness? We target what we refer to as your prospects. So what is the definition of a prospect? A prospect is someone who is likely to be interested about your product. So the first exercise you do when you want to start your marketing activity is to define your market. And you define something, we could call it, I'm going to define this in chapter 5, the buyer's personas, which are who are likely to buy your product. Something here, because I'm speaking about buyers' personas, something very important to mention. A lot of companies claim that they know their buyers' personas well. Think about it twice. Perhaps you don't, So if you sell cars, If you sell a certain brand of cars and you are selling already good quantities, understand the profile of those clients who are buying, and also what other profiles who also might be interested in your cars. Knowing who really buys your product, or who will understand your product, or who will be appreciating the value that you are delivering in that product is key for you to create your marketing campaign. And then when you select from those based on the profile of people who meet the criteria that you put for the buyer's personas, those group of people are called your set of prospects. And then here you need to reach them. This is why a very big title in marketing you say, we know who are our potential clients are, but we find it hard to reach them. And this is where the art of marketing is about how you can create campaigns that you can reach, through which you can reach your prospects. Yeah. If you have a specific question, feel free to put it in your comments, because this client reach or prospect reach is one of the trickiest part when it comes to marketing execution. After, of course, the prospecting comes the, let's show it in a separate slide, comes the customer engagement. So the customer engagement is where you engage with the prospects to match their needs with your products and services. Again, client engagement is having different strategy if you are into B2C or B2B. You may go on Amazon and search for a book which is called Account-Based Marketing, which has techniques specifically for companies who are into B2B, which is how you can engage with those business to business clients. Because engaging with them, you need now a different technique. You need to market to them, at the same time recruit talented salespeople who will continue to engage with those prospects to make sure that you can convert them. So you keep them aware of your. This is why you see exhibitions and events are very key element for your B2B prospects. But if you are into B2C and you are a marketing-driven company, keeping your customers to come to your website on regular basis, and content marketing is of course very important. So you can, while I'm speaking, you can have a look at this sheet, at this list of tools, okay? Because all those tools can really help your marketing machine, help you engage with your prospects. Customer convergence is again here where you really convert your clients and sell them. So you can convert your clients or your prospects in two ways. One is direct sales. Second one is offers and promotions. They can do them online. And there's something called here lead nurturing. So if you are into B2B, your great salespeople will convert your prospects and opportunities to close business. But if you are into B2C, it will be more about marketing automation like lead nurturing and email messaging. If you don't know that much of lead nurturing, watch chapter 2 because we talked about it in good details as well. After that comes the customer retention strategy, which is a great opportunity for you to retain customers. Is to do what? Is to create a very good loyalty strategy for your business. Now, there's no one loyalty strategy that fits all businesses. In fact, what I can see, every unique business may benefit from a very unique and innovative way to retain customers. Sometimes a loyalty strategy can be in giving your clients just a card, telling them you are a VIP card. And whenever you come to us, we treat you in a special way. That's it. And companies will keep enjoying. So this is why loyalty or retention strategy, as we mentioned, does not need to be at all only money related, but it can be referral, it can be social networks, it can be grouping, it can be specific events, can be socialization. Here the sky is the limit. A very successful retention strategy can be even set at the time the business is being designed. So this is why design your business model keeping in mind customer retention. Wow, what does it mean here? Let me explain. Some common mistakes some companies make is when they create their business model, they focus on gaining customers at the beginning. So there is a famous, I don't want to give example specific names because this can be, there was a very famous food ordering business here in Dubai. And because they started this kind of business, they were among the first, they spread a lot and they had a huge market share. Like maybe 80, 90% of people who order online, they use their app to order food. And they were happy because they were charging restaurants a lot of good margin, and they made a lot of profit. And at one point of time, they said, wow, I mean, this is amazing now. And they started to add some additional services for dining in, etc. But something they missed, which is in their business model, which is if another company comes and offer the same thing and they add the same restaurants, then when you open your mobile phone, you want to eat, you want to order food, there is no benefit for them, okay, even though they are more known. But if another customer gives you an additional 5%, you will not order through their app, they will order through another app. So they became what we refer to in marketing, a commodity product. So customers were easy to move from their platform to other platforms. But however, take it this from the beginning. Assume now they created from the beginning, when you started, layers of customers. Like if you order twice a month or 3 times a month, you become a silver member. If you order 10 times a month, then you become a gold member. If you become a gold member, you always get 5% when you order through their app, because they can share with you. This is why being greedy, because maybe at one point of time, they were charging restaurants 20% margin or even higher. So they should have, from the beginning, shared that margin with their potential, with their good customers, and keep the engagement with them as a relationship. So you arrive at a stage that you will always order through them, because what? When you order through these apps in specific, as I mentioned, because you are a gold member, this is who uses this, remember? Airlines. And those who eat a lot through online food ordering are the good ones. So because they did not implement such a retention strategy as a part of their product, now I guess their market share dropped a lot and the competition increased. There are multiple apps that are used for food ordering. So this is why highly recommended is when you create your business model is to consider customer retention as a part of the strategy. Let's move forward. Yeah, so this is to emphasize what was mentioned before, that at every stage of the customer life cycle, you should use a specific set of tools, and using the tools in the wrong way may create negative impact on your clients rather than helping you gain business. So by this, we come to conclusion of this chapter. I hope this discussion about the 4 stages of the customer life cycle gave you a good insight about the importance of following marketing methodology. And don't forget, following those 4 stages will help you optimize your marketing spending. So when you put your marketing activity plan, for every activity, you will mention this activity is for brand awareness or customer engagement or customer conversion or customer retention. I hope you enjoyed this chapter, and looking forward to seeing you in the next chapter, which is chapter 4, about the 3 stages of the customer journey. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions, just please throw it in the comment section. If you want to communicate with me, please feel free to email me at ask@imadshukair.com or visit my website, imadshukair.com. If you want to become a Patreon for me, you can go to patreon.com/imadshukair. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next chapter 4. Bye-bye.